Everyone's talking about Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, all the great weapons the Niners have.
Yeah.
But it seems like when it's time to like win the game, the guy they lean on is number 25, Mr. Mitchell, Elijah.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
I love him, man. I think he's so necessary for this team. He's probably the most underrated weapon that the 49ers have.
Yeah.
Having him back, at least with now that Wilson's gone. But now that you got Elijah Mitchell, he's that physical power back. I mean, he ran his routes or his runs, yesterday. They were a lot tougher. The defense knew they were going to be running more. They were in between the tackles, and he averaged what I think was 6.6 yards per carry yesterday. He has in every game so far when it's him and Christian, he has more yards per carry, and most of those runs are coming off harder runs that they know are coming. So without that, that means you got Elijah Mitchell, Christian McCaffrey taking those runs. If Elijah Mitchell went down and you had to have Christian McCaffrey all game long, I think there would have to definitely be a passing team because I don't see them, punching it down their throat with Christian McCaffrey all game long.
Well, what I think is cool about this tandem is that I really feel like this Niner team is a passing team. And Mitchell doesn't really give you that much in the passing game. So while he was a perfect starter last year for this team, he set the identity to a degree. That's not the identity of this team anymore. And so what I thought was cool is what they did against the Cardinals was pass 21 times in the first half and run 7 times, 17 points. A lot of passing to Christian McCaffrey. Then in the second half, particularly in Mexico, when you're thinking the Cardinals are going to be tired, hit him with Elijah Mitchell then.
Yeah.
Wait until the second half when teams are tired and you've built up a lead, and boom, he's the closer, not the starter. And I think that's very clever.
Yeah, I think it's smart. That's one of the things I was pretty much happy with Kyle Shanahan the whole game. But at the halftime, I'm like, where the hell is Elijah Mitchell, man? He's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
But I did like how he came out in the second half and was Elijah Mitchell heavy. So if that was the original plan, that was a really good plan, and it worked out. But it would be nice to see him back and forth a little bit more. I don't know. But, hey, I'm not going to complain about that game, and it worked perfect. And Elijah Mitchell is definitely underrated, man. That guy, to me, is the best runner between the tackles on the team.
Yeah, no question about it. And big picture, Kyle Shanahan, his job is to make sure that the Niners, I want to say they have 6 playmakers on offense, that they all get the ball and they get it early. You don't want to go into halftime with some guy not being established at all, although they did that with Mitchell. But so Kyle's job in that opening script is to find a touch for Juszczyk, Mitchell, McCaffrey, Ayuk, Debo, Kittle. Mm-hmm. For everyone, I mean, that's what Bill Walsh used to do all the time. That way, when you call plays for them later on in the game, you have a better feel for how that team is going to cover those players.
If there's one offensive player that didn't show up yesterday, it was Juwan Jennings, but he's like seventh in line, so it wasn't a big deal. But everyone else showed up, and it was strong, and Elijah Mitchell is key for sure, 100%.
Juwan Jennings is interesting. He's a lot like Mitchell. It's just that in the sense that they're late picks that play really hard. Thing with Jennings is he just drops the ball too much. Mm-hmm. It does seem like he has the ability to make great catches, and once he has the ball, he's really hard to take down. But man, he tripped over himself and dropped that one. I mean, I don't know if it would have been in bounds, but
it was actually a good pass. That was one good pass by Jimmy. Yeah. The touchdown that he dropped, it could have been a touchdown. It would have been a tough catch, but it was actually a decent throw.
Senior Boat says Doc Martins are legit. Quit hating. Great job, BT Dev.
My wife has 2 different pairs, man. So I'm gonna tell her what she said.
I take it back. I'm so sorry. That's hecka funny. Yeah. When I see Doc Martens, I think
you talking about the low top Doc Martens.
I think like you smoke cigarettes. You play bass in like a punk rock band. You know what I'm saying?
You got your cigarettes rolled in your sleeve. And your
yeah, exactly. You probably have like a chain wallet.
Those are the low top, Doc. But if you're a girl and you have the boot, I think it's a little.
It's cuter. It's cute. It's true. Yeah. Rich says Mitchell is a classic downhill runner. He always falls forward. Yeah, but he's fast too. He's like 205 pounds, 210 pounds. He's, as a ball carrier, I mean, he might be top 7, 8 in the league. I mean, he's better than Jeff Wilson, who's good, really good. He's not Jonathan Taylor. He's not Nick Chubb, but he's damn good. And I think he's a better ball carrier than McCaffrey. McCaffrey's a better football player overall than Mitchell. But you know what I'm saying? Yards per carry, it's going to be Mitchell.
Last year, honestly, man, I'll be honest. I was kind of, I don't know if I'll say I'm wrong, but I didn't really realize that Elijah Mitchell was who he was. I kind of thought he was a product of Kyle Shanahan. Didn't really pay attention to him. But ever since he came back this year, we've only had a couple games, but I've been really focusing on watching him. And yeah, I think I really got it wrong. He's actually a legit running back. He's not just a product of Kyle Shanahan. I think he'd go anywhere and be a really good back.
I agree. When he's on the field, as good as McCaffrey looks, this guy looks like he hits the hole harder. He's tougher to bring down.
Yeah.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Matthew Sanders says this offense is the best on third down since '94. Is that true?
Wow.
Could Jimmy improve? Could Jimmy's improving be due to a new QB coach?
Yeah.
We've talked about it. Possible. Grant, hey man, I'm working. The guy I know don't care. Oh man. Last night. Did you see that when I was in my thing?
Yeah,
hey everyone. I'm like, dude.
What happened after the video went off?
He just walked. He walked away. He was drunk. I think he was drunk.